Entering screen. The Cincinnati Bengals, the home team, are select. Ready. Advanced settings. Submit. Enter. Val. Nick. Oh. Lauren. Val J. Harbaugh selected. Advanced play call. You superstar. And chant. Mark Watt. Mika. Alex. Mitchell. Kevin. You. Advanced setting. Kevin. 5D. Nigby Shermer selected. Advanced view suit. Ready.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints and rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your...
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, 280, 51 to Mike, 59,
a look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 5-0. Check 15.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Set, 280. Mike 51. Hurry! Tight left. Alert. 3 down. Hey, Delta. Hurry up.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. He gets it to Brown. Complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Go!
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Throwing is Stafford. Dancing to his left. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow. 180. 54. All right. Here we go. Let's go. D61. Matchbox. Right. Check out. 6 down. Check 6 down. Check.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Hines. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 73 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Johnson, and he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
The Niners take over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Push him back. Yellow. Push him back.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
57 for Mark. 57 for Mark.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Hey, 50. 51, Mike 51. Man, I got you.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Rerun. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Nice, sweetheart. Omaha, ready, move. Hey, Echo. Hey. Look at him.
3rd and long. It's Stanford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
46-yard line.
Wait.
On first down, Hines, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. On the completion, Frank Gore. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And some room to roam now. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Nyheim Hines with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big pickup of 38. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check the backer, check the backer. He's checking. Crash.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. And it's smooth. Get that ball. 54's Mike, 54.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Lorenzo Alexander picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing right around the midfield stripe. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Preston Williams, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bengals' 47-yard line.
Yellow. Arsenal. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Wild Bill.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Well, this is caught by Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he gets.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
54.
From the 38, Stafford. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Every now and then, you hope some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air. So what you really want to do is be that guy who comes off the back line and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let them have that opportunity.
51's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the slant.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Right here, guys. Fight 51.
Stafford. This one into the hands of Burton. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Flush to his right. Now he's going to go up top. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. They go with the screen to Gore. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So they have the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. He's got Burton here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Here we go with Johnson. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They begin the drive with Hines. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the 31, Mahomes. Room here to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Kerryon Johnson, 71 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Mahomes. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
He's back to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
57's Mike.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson on the counter. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. From the 22, Stafford, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to.
And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corners to find Gilmore. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. One final try from Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Cincinnati, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Player stats. stats. Finish game. Entering XP4. Enter. From review. Entering franchise hub screen. Improve team adjust member lead standings lead trans stats. Entering stats screen player stats and passing pass attempts rushing selected yards per carry 11 enter leg player stats
squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got